ran away.
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to speak with him.
Alright,
Huh?
we're good to go
Yeah,
whenever.
I need to speak with her.
You want to speak with someone that's allied to Tiamat? That's curious.
Oh, it's
Yes,
Devotion
sir.
Paladin. Like, it's Devotion Paladin. Like, you gotta offer the chance of redemption to offer mercy, right? That's the whole thing.
So basically, what you're saying is, if she cannot be redeemed, I can disintegrate her. Got it.
Oh, if I extend the hand and she slaps it away like a few times, then I wash my hands of that, and you can sweep up the ashes.
Ah, yes, a few times.
I mean, she's already slapped it away once.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have a disintegrate now, don't you?
All right, cool. So start.
I'm already alive.
I'm
If we're
good
already
to
here.
start. So I will be DMing you something in just a second because it's something that I feel like would be an interesting thing to run into this campaign. Of course, if you
Okay.
want to.
We'll see. So, I'll do a quick recap. So, last time you camped in David's camp, set off in the morning, and rode south, heading towards Dragon, wherever it was, Dragon Place. Dragon Spear. You were approached by some Waterdeep scouts who informed you that of the general path ahead. They told you to steer clear of Daggerford ruins because some monsters had moved in. You decided to ignore that and go and scout out Daggerford ruins, discovered some bullywugs were living there, and learned that they are in fact refugees that have fled from Nivixal, which is the ancient black dragon in the swamp. And you spent a few days there. You helped them repair the walls, siege equipment, and stuff, and basically you have a new ally in the form of an army of bullywugs. She has a teleportation circle there, and you helped Mergaxor, who was the bullywug's wizardish leader, learn some spells. You then continued along your path, going past Crom's Hold, which is the southernmost point of Waterdeep's influence area, and entered an area called the Misty Forest. I'll move you to the map for a sec so you can see where you are. It'll load in a sec. When it loads, that little indicator shows where you are. And this here is the Misty Forest, and this here is the swamp. At some point, and Nivixal's lair is up here. So you sort of travelled into the forest here, into the Misty Forest. While travelling through the Misty Forest, you found a large group of commoners, all damaged by acid, fleeing from the south. Like running north. You left Charlie with the wagon with them, moved forwards, and you found a group of survivors fighting a large bunch of lizard folk and Tiamat cultists, and it seemed like these survivors were fighting to buy time for the commoners to escape. You ran in, killed the Tiamat knights, most of the lizard folk, and also briefly battled their leader, who was a human woman, who identified herself as Phaela, the champion of Nivixal.
Yes, Josh's type. Got it.
When the tide of battle started to turn very badly against her, she flipped up her dimension door cloak and bamfed out, ordering a general retreat. The remaining lizard folk and one cultist who survived fled and ran into the trees. And that's where we are. The battle has just concluded. You can hear the scampering of lizard folk running away. This is where you are. So they've literally just run away. David as they run away, reverts to his human form. Takes a moment to calm himself down. There are 2 guards, one what looks to be an old veteran soldier, and 2 very clearly spent mages who were members of the group that were fighting these things before you arrived. What do you all do?
Give me 1 second, I'm being talked to.
Didn't we save a few of the locals?
You did. You saved these 5.
Well, the guards of the locals who are
Yes.
saved.
The commoners that they were protecting were further up, and you left Charlie with them.
Yep.
Who disintegrated any that dared to get close.
Well, as the battle subsides here, and everyone's catching their breath, you do hear the sound of Charlie's force beam weapon that he's in his arm. Pew 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 pew, and the sound of lizard folk fleeing up there as well.
Pew 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 pew. Pew pew pew.
Pew pew. Pew 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 pew. Pew pew. Pew 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 pew. Pew pew pew.
But you can hear you can hear Charlie's shooting stop and the sound of scampering lizard folk up there too. So they're presumably running away as well.
I'm gonna touch myself and give myself 11 HP.
Okay.
I'm streaming. Calm down.
No.
Touch him.
What do you all do?
So
I wanna chase after
After
the,
lizard folk, after
the
Lazy?
woman.
Yeah, cool. She ran basically, or she dimension doored. The lizard folk are running directly down, like south. You're not sure where she went to. She disappeared out of view. Like this is a pretty dense-ish, misty forest. So
I'll ask Kalaya if he knows her scent.
the liar says, "I think I do."
I am good to talk now, and here you go, Matt. Have fun,
Okay,
and
thank you.
tell me
I'll
what you
read it.
think.
I'll read it later.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Which
The liar thinks he does.
and which way do you think she went?
Get Kalaya to make a perception check with advantage.
Perception.
So I
That's
was being
wisdom?
talked to. Are we tracking the lady in the armor?
Yes.
I was going to say, I think that's what's happening.
I'm not very good at it, but can I attempt a survival for tracking?
You can. You do know she dimension doored away from here, so there'll be no tracks.
Well, I was just gonna go in the perimeter around, the radius of Dimension Door and see if I could find anything. I know it's a
Cool.
long shot, but I might nat 20.
Cool. So you begin to make
Nope.
your way. So, okay. So you begin to make your way south to roughly 500 feet away to try
Uh-huh.
to locate her. That will take you some time. So in the meantime, what are the rest of you doing? As Kalaya begins doing the same thing, essentially. Benra.
Well, I'm on Kalaya at this point.
Okay, yep, cool. So you're on Kalaya, moving about 500 feet away, but you're moving in that direction. Archie and because like obviously she teleported, so Kalaya needs to pick up the scent. So Kalaya needs to find where she landed and then scent from there.
Yeah. Kalaya will be sprinting,
Okie dokie.
so
How far can I see, Matt?
About between 40 and 80 feet, depending on where you look. You are in a forest, so there's sort of trees and foliage in the way.
And we went into the forest, but I would have been able to see the forest outside of the forest, right? When we're walking around the rocky roads.
Oh yeah, the road sort of passes into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're in the forest. You're probably about
And this lady was the champion of Nivixal, right?
Nivixal, yes.
And Nivixal's lair is to the east, right?
To the northeast. Yeah, it's actually a good couple 100 mile away at least.
Can I make a general intelligence check of strategic planning? Of if I was in a perilous position as a paladin of Tiamat, where would I go with a magical ability? That
You
is
can.
my pinnacle point.
Yeah, make an intelligence check.
14.
Cool. So you know Nivixal's lair is too far
Yes.
for them to have a thing. You and based on the remains, because you did kill 5 over here, there are 5 dead Tiamat knights. They aren't carrying an enormous amount of supplies at a glance. You believe, Archie, with a 14, they probably have a war camp a bit closer.
Yes.
You're unsure as to where. The swamp is extremely large. But given they're only carrying a day worth of food on them. So
But within that camp, they have Tiamat followers, which means they would need fire and food, not just the lizard folk.
Yep.
Benraya,
Yes.
you should get Kalia to try to sniff out smoke or look for any inklings of movement towards the camp. I believe that's where she went. They didn't have much supplies here. This was going to be sort of like a shock attack and then back to the camp, I think. And I think that's where she's gone.
Can Kalaya smell smoke?
with a perception with the 16 from Kalaya, yes, you can. Directly south. It's very faint, being carried by the wind, but it's definitely smoke. And Kalaya tells you it's a hint of sulfur.
I will relay that information because that's pretty good information actually. I guess I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and do a quick scout south then.
Yeah. And by the way,
'Cause
just to remind you, just to remind you, it is about 4-ish in the afternoon currently.
Yeah.
You begin to make your way south.
Full speed Kalaya can go 100 feet.
Okay. I'll get Kalaya to make another perception check for me in the next few minutes as you move that way.
Fucking useless nut.
Yeah. As Kalaya, it makes sense. As Kalaya begins moving that way, moving out of range of the party, you're rushing through this dense misty forest. You go past the bodies of several commoners scattered about that have been running from the south, that have been cut down while they were running. Kalaya informs you that he's having problems smelling anything beyond the smell of sulfur. Which is coming from the south, being blown up by the wind.
Well, we'll continue to head south then.
Okay. In the meantime, as you're moving away, is Scarlet doing anything? Oh. Oh.
What?
Are you doing anything?
I'm not sure. Probably not.
Shall I? Would you like me to remind you of what you said you're going to do last session?
Oh, right. That then.
I had a note. I had a note.
Yeah. You. Yeah. My last 2 working days have been late
Yep.
nights, so it's been rough. Actually,
Okay.
the last
Um,
few weeks sucks.
So, how do you do this? It's up to you. You can do it how you want.
That's right. Sword lock on to person.
Okay. So, as part of this, it's a 10-minute ritual. Archie,
That
you notice that Scarlet takes out the oath blade, that long sword, that great sword or long sword. It's a long sword,
long.
right? Scarlet pulls out his long sword and plants it in the ground and begins to mutter to it. Like speaking to the sword.
She's officially lost it. We knew this day was going to come.
I knew that death
Scarlet.
when we first woke up was going to have repercussions.
Scarlet, as this sword is planted in the ground, suddenly you're not in the marshy forest anymore. You're standing in a battlefield. Scattered weapons all around, and a red sky, and before you is Sir Siegfried. Find his name. Sir Siegfried the Honourable, a knight standing before you. This is the spirit of Siegfried's oath sword. He says, "You called for me, Scarlet of the Greylocks.
Yes.
How can I help?"
I am tracking a. Do I know her name?
You did. She called herself Phaela,
Yeah,
the champion of Navixel.
I'm tracking Phaela, champion of Nixfall.
Nivixel.
Nivixal.
Siegfried says, "I understand. He seems to think for a second before he says, "I've found her. It's time to bring her to justice."
Demacia.
She nods.
And in that time, Archie, 10 minutes have passed while Scarlet's had her sword in the ground. These 5 people approach you, Archie, as Tycan's run off and Tanray's run off, and Scarlet's got a sword in the ground. These 5 approach you, in particular this soldier. He looks to be probably in his 60s, human, covered in acid burns. Approaches you and says, "Thank you for your help. We were ready to die here to protect the people.
There was a few that already did.
Yeah, we were all that were left."
Do you have any place that you're going to be able to go back to?
The plan was to flee. Like, we were in Reading, which Archie knows. Reading is a town that is directly south of you right now, on the path to
And I'm guessing they attacked Reading.
in force. Yes, a large black dragon was in the sky above. It sprayed its acid breath on its wings, and then the flapping of the wings caused the acid to rain over the entire town.
Interesting.
They cut down everyone, so we fled. Our plan was to flee to the nearest settlement, which is Crom's Hold, which you know is about a day and a half travel from here.
Yep. Well, we're probably going to be heading there anyway. You should probably head back to, well, a fort that is protected by Waterdeep for now.
He says,
Okay.
yes, Crom's Hold was where we were going. That's the nearest
Yeah.
fort. The commoners all right, he says, as he looks to the north.
What was that?
Are the commoners all right?
Yes, we had a few. One of our compatriots is trying to help them out. I'll let them know that you're on your way and to head towards the fort.
He says,
Console.
okay. He says, okay. Thank you all. Thank you so much for your help, all of you. Is she going to be all right? And he points at Scarlet, still muttering at her sword in the ground.
She's fine. Meditation, magical artifacts. You know the deal. You've been around long enough.
Yeah. I haven't seen anyone like you before, but
Oh, I am Archibald. Most people call me Archie. Pleasure.
he says, pleasure. My name is. My name is Solomon. I used to serve in the Waterdeep Scouts back when I had good knees. He sort of grins.
Tell you what, your knees were doing pretty well on that fight just before.
Says, yeah, I'm gonna be paying for it in the morning though, unfortunately.
Well, I can understand that. But you and your merry band that's left should be on your way. You don't want to dally too long. We have more work to do. I'm going to go check out Reading as well as this pesky black dragon that's been dealing a lot of more damage than it should be doing.
Says, okay, thank you again for your help, and tell your companions I said thank you.
I'll be sure to pass on what you have said.
He nods, and with that, the five of them turn. Solomon goes to the bodies of his companions, and picks up, gets some dog tags, scraps of armor, things to identify who they were, just so people know what happened. And after he grabs those, he then leaves with his group and march north and out of view. A few moments pass before you hear the sound of the wagon approaching. Silver dragging it. And you see Charlie.
No. Hello, Charlie. Welcome back.
Charlie says, oh, thank you. As Charlie emerges, you can see he has a broken lizard folk spear stuck in his shoulder, and parts of his armor have been cut open. He's actually bloodied.
Seems like you got into a bit of combat.
Yes, there were 9 lizard folks that attacked. One of the commoners was hurt, but I managed to heal them. I shielded them from most of the damage. And the lizard folk fled when they saw I could not bleed.
Can you heal yourself? We have more work to do.
Charlie nods and puts a hand on the broken part of his shoulder, and you watch as the metal begins to slowly reform.
Archie's head is just like, man, I'm good.
You estimate it'll probably take an hour or so, essentially a short rest worth of time, but he can just cast mending on himself and get it all fixed.
Well, we need to start heading south to the town. He got attacked as well. We need to go and maybe help people that are alive, but more deal with any of the remnants of the attack that may be there.
Of course. I'm ready to go.
Tyken
Is
and
it- is-
Fenraya have run ahead, so
Then we should get a move on. Charlie.
we
offers
should.
you-
But I point at Scarlet.
as you point at Scarlet, it finishes and your eyes open.
She stands up.
You know exactly where Fela is.
Do you
She has
wanna-
moved
Oh.
south a bit. And it seems she's moved east. And it seems like she's remaining perfectly still, just under a mile from you. Oh, yeah. She's perfectly still. But she's moved east.
Archie, I don't know why, but she's not moving.
Want to go check it out?
As long as you have a mile in you to spare.
Huh?
She's almost a mile out.
That means she might have poofed twice. We should separate though. I'm sure she'll be back. And honestly, I don't want to deal with her right now. We should check the village.
I agree.
We need to regroup.
I'm just noting where she is and why she's stopped.
Charlie has the carriage, right?
Charlie has the courage, yes.
I hop in the back.
Okay. You hop in the back. Scarlet, hop in the back.
Yep.
David comes up and hops in the back as well. Says, wow, you guys really know how to handle yourselves.
We've been around a few things.
So I've heard. At which point you begin to roll south. You guys roll south.
Yep.
As you roll south for a little bit, you come across Tycan, who is in the process of attempting to look for tracks. Tycan, unfortunately, in this time you have not been able to find any tracks. It's a very large area, and end dimension doing 500 feet in a general direction makes it quite hard to track someone.
Tyken, what are you doing?
I was attempting to see where she went.
I know where she is.
All right. How'd you find that one out?
She holds up the sword.
Interesting.
She's within a mile.
Well,
She hasn't moved in a while.
I believe we should head that way then.
Well, we can either go after her or we can go check out the village that's burning.
I suggest the village first.
I mean, isn't the village empty?
I really don't mind what we do. We just need to make a course of action.
As Archie says that, Scarlet, you detect movement from Fela.
No,
She
she's
jumps
moving.
and seems to be floating. As you can only sense where she is, she seems to be sitting on the back of something, which then immediately begins moving at a rate of. I want to be accurate with this. Sorry, there it is. She begins moving, Scarlet, at a rate of 180 feet per round. Like she's flying.
I think she's back on her steed.
Well, that
Um,
explains the no movement.
So Yep, definitely seems like she was recasting the spell.
A few moments pass, Scarlet, and she has moved east out of your mile range.
And she's gone. She kept moving east, though. Past for where I remember, though.
What do you will do? Thanraya is further south. Thanraya, you come across with Kalaya several sets of tracks of the lizard folk. They have all run south and in a general movement to the east as well. But the scent of sulfur is ahead, south. Do you follow the lizard folk or do you follow the south smoke?
It's so hard. Lizard folk.
It does look to be like a disorganized retreat for them. Like they are fleeing for their lives.
Okay. Well. Shit. How do I don't. Fuck it. Go to the sulfur.
Okay, as you make your way there, you're ahead of the group. Tycan, do you hop on the wagon?
Yep.
Cool. And with you all on the wagon, you begin to roll. Don't need you on this map anymore. Ooh. You begin to travel. And Raya is separate. The rest of you are on the wagon. You begin to travel south. As you all begin to travel south, Scarlet, Phaela remains out of your range. But it does last 24 hours, so if Phaela returns, you will have a heads up.
Yep. And if we go towards her, I'll be able to find her.
As you guys make your way south, you go past several of the bodies of commoners as well, and other soldiers and things that were cut down as they fled. Thanraya, you move for about an hour before you emerge from the edge, the southern edge of the misty forest.
Shit.
As you emerge from the edge, you are the first to see this. You see a decimated town. You're at the outskirts of it. The town has walls, had walls, that were melted away by acid. The gates broken down by acid and by battering rams. The battering ram is still there outside the gate. Inside, you see as the artwork there.
God damn.
It is absolutely devastated. There are fires burning uncontrollably on several of the structures that are still intact. There are pools of acid everywhere. Every plant, every tree has been melted and burned away. There are bodies scattered everywhere.
I will call out if there's any survivors.
As you call out, make a perception check for you and Kalaya as you call out.
Perception for me.
Ooh,
And perception for Kalaya.
cool.
If it's based off
Unfor-
of sound and smell, it's advantage.
Yes. Kalaya, unfortunately, is unable to smell anything due to the sulfur.
Yep, that's fair.
It reeks. It's awful. There are pools of acid like feet across and probably a foot deep, just everywhere. As you call out Thunraya, what do you say?
I call out, if is there any survivors? I'm here to help.
As you as you call that out, like from outside the gate into the town, you hear the sound of something get dropped, and then a sound of a very soft scampering within the town. Someone is running and hiding.
see, I guess I'll go into the town.
Okay. Moving into town on Kalaya, you have to steer clear of pools of acid. You can see there are bodies in the acid as well, just sort of slowly sizzling away. You begin to move into the town.
I will shout out again. I'm no friend of whoever did this to this town. I heard somebody.
Utterly silent.
I have food.
Make a persuasion check.
This is where the army begins.
Wow, that.
As you call that out, a few moments pass before you hear the sound of some voices in a nearby destroyed building. Do you speak Draconic?
Uno momento, por favor. I do not.
You hear voices, and you hear another voice.
I speak Draconic.
You're not there currently. You're on your way there. Fenray is
I'm
like a little
stupid.
bit
Ignore me.
ahead. No, I'll ignore Soul. That's fine.
All right, dude. If every time I make a mistake, you ignore Soul, I'm gonna start making a lot more.
You hear voices in Draconic. You hear a voice in Draconic, and then you hear another one, Fenrir. And the second voice sounds a little like a hush hush voice. And the voices fall silent once more. You have a pretty good indication based on your perception check of which building they are in. They are seeming to come from what's left of a partially melted and burned inn.
I am going to cast invisibility on myself and sneak closer.
Okay, as you I'll get you to make me a stealth check.
Ah, but I'm. God damn it.
Cool. As you sneak closer,
And by sneak, I mean like I'm walking, but try to be like silent. I'm not like
yeah,
on all
yep,
fours.
cool. This is extremely comical because you rolled a natural one, and so did they. and their wisdom is not anywhere near yours. Their wisdom is a negative. Um, you sneak up to the building and peer in, and there is a corner of the building just missing entirely, which allows you entry. You see, behind what's left of the bar, you see 3 kobolds that are currently cowering behind the bar. However, you can see their legs and you can see their tails. They think they're hidden. They think they're hidden. They can't see you, so therefore you can't see them. Scenario.
Yeah.
uh, They are currently hidden and cowering, and somehow have not noticed you.
I will slowly get on the bar and look down over it. I'll
As
do
you
the
look down,
old Slav squat, and then I'll undo my invisibility.
as you do that, and suddenly they look up at you, and they are terrified. They all scream. They're like,
I
"Ah!"
will. I will take out
Ah!
some food.
As they're screaming, one of the kobolds grabs a bucket and puts it over its head.
Yeah, gotta get that -1 to initiative.
And then,
I cannot see you. You cannot see me. Therefore, I'm hidden.
and then ducks down, so the bucket is just on. The bucket is resting upside down on top of it, and then it begins to slowly shuffle away.
I'm literally holding some meat in my hand right now, like.
The
and I'll
remaining
just
two
I'll
kobolds.
just drop it down.
The remaining two kobolds over here. One of them speaks up and says in very broken common, "You not here to kill us?"
No. Did the dragon do this to this town?
One looks at the other and nods and says, "Yes, the great god of acid and destruction did this."
Hmm. It's no god. It's just a bully.
But it's more powerful.
Does that mean that I'm a god? I'm not
You
sure
notice
if
that
I'm not sure if you've noticed my dress, but it's made out of the skin of one of those gods of acid.
they both look at each other. The one with the bucket is still shuffling away slowly. uh, but you can see it's moving into a corner because it can't see where it's going, so it's not going to get anywhere. The other two kobolds, however, ignore you and begin to discuss something in Draconic, and you get a sense you've just shaken up their entire worldview. After a few moments of this, they look back at you and say, "Does that mean you're a god too?"
I'm gonna think for a second and be like, I'm gonna be like, wait, does this break any rules? I'll say, I'm not a god, but a god slayer.
They mutter to themselves again before looking back at you. "So you're a god greater than a god?"
You can see it that way.
"Praise the great god! Praise the great god!" And the two of them begin to bow before you.
I think to myself, under normal circumstances, this would feel good, but kobolds just don't do it for me.
As they're both praising, one of them looks at the one that's in the bucket, just sort of bumping into a corner and not understanding why I can't go any further.
I will
Um,
ask, is it only you three that have survived?
We were not here when the area got attacked.
Ah,
We were tasked by the great Soko to gather treasures for him. But if you're greater than Soko, then you get our treasures.
oh, much appreciated. Do you know where this great Soko is located?
The two of the kobolds confer for a moment before one of them says, Which direction's the swamp?
Do I know this?
You do. It's It's east. It's generally east and northeast.
Okay. I will say northeast, and I'll point in the direction.
Then Soko that way.
I see. I see. Is there any more of you here, or is it just you three?
No, we were chosen by Soko. We are his royal treasure gatherers.
I see. So you three are really important.
We are. We were given great names by Soko to recognize how important we are.
1, 2, and 3.
No, that was the others. They got melted.
Oh, lovely.
The kobold speaking to you says, no, we were given great names. Names for noble warriors and brave treasure gatherers.
A, B, and C.
My name is Scum. That is trash. And over there in the bucket is vermin.
I see. Noble names indeed.
Oh yes, Soko said they were very important and would instill fear in our enemies.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And by the way, Soko is spelled as that.
so you haven't seen any more? You haven't seen any survivors in this village, or haven't you looked?
Oh, we've been searching the places for treasures. We haven't seen any living ones around.
Let's see.
At this point, Vermin, the one in the bucket, lifts the bucket off and gathers with the other two.
Well,
Will you accept our treasures, great god?
I will accept your treasures.
Oh, and you watch as one of them pulls a very small little pouch, a little sort of like sack, and you hear the sound of jingling things inside the sack. And they produce to you 6 copper pieces, 1 silver piece, a gold piece that has been partially melted, and 3 spoons.
I'll be right back.
Wow, you three certainly live up to your noble names.
Yes, we were hoping that Soko would accept these, but if you're greater than Soko, then you can have these. They are of great value, we think.
I will take them.
Okay.
Oh shit.
As you take them, it's at this point that the rest of you in the wagon see the same sight of this ruined town. Pycan, you see this. Archie, you see this. What do you do? Do you enter as well?
Yeah.
You can see again all the ruined things, bodies thrown into pools of acid. You can see Kalaya currently milling about just outside the ruins of an inn. You can hear some talking going on inside.
I head towards Goliath.
Okay. As you all in the wagon head towards Kalaya, you see that you hear this talking inside. At the same time, you hear the sound of a wagon rolling into town.
Ah.
The kobolds immediately hide upon hearing the wagon.
You three, do you wanna see some more God Slayers?
They they come out from underneath the bar and just nod excitedly.
Follow me.
They all huddle literally by your legs, making it hard for you to walk.
That's right.
As the wagon pulls up in this desolated town, you see Thanrea emerge from the bar with 3 incredibly timid and cowardly kobolds huddling at her legs.
Interesting company you found.
This conversation from here on will be in Celestial.
Okay.
Archie knows Celestial, right?
We all
I
do.
think we all do.
Okay,
You
good,
do.
good, good. I will say that um this town was destroyed by Soko, the acid god, quote unquote, which I believe is a black dragon, and I convinced them that we are greater than gods because if they worship the dragon as a god and we kill dragons, then you know you can connect the dots there. So now they worship me because I'm wearing the skin of a god.
So what you're saying is you're
and
going to look after them.
I'm
I'm
gonna
back.
find a way. Um, however, they do know where this Soko is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was thinking about using them as directions.
Right.
I will
And this
stop.
is where Soko will probably kill them if they do follow us.
It is unfortunate, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
I
I
just
don't.
look at Tycan.
Although
Mhm.
I don't plan on getting them killed. The I'll quickly ask the kobolds. I'll be like, "How big is Soko?"
They confer for a second before saying they confer in Draconic. And those of you who are now here who can understand Draconic understand them trying to figure out how big Soko actually is. They have no idea, you determine, based on their conversation in Draconic. Before they finally say in common, bigger than him, and they point at Tygan.
Icon and Draconic will be like bigger than this as he pulls up the dead white dragon's head.
How old was the white dragon?
I do believe you said it was an adult.
Cool.
Are you sure?
I don't think it was adult. Might have been young.
No, I remember the size. I'm pretty sure you said it was an adult.
Oh, I think it was close to adult. If I recall. They look at it and say,
Quite low.
"Oh, a bit bigger."
Well,
Yeah, because the one you fought before was a young adult. Like it just went from young to adult, so it was sort of in that sort of range.
I'd like to point out I am still wearing my cape of the white dragon, the black dragon, and the green dragon wings.
well,
They don't seem to recognize what a green dragon is. At a glance, you notice that.
what is the go plan? Do we rest here for a little bit, or do we just keep moving towards? Or do we go after Soko? Oh, by the way, this is scum, trash, and vermin.
That's not nice.
You shouldn't say that
That-
about them.
Those are their noble names as I put my finger to to my mouth.
The kobolds all grin. The kobolds, as you say that, all grin in unison,
Soko
seemingly
named them.
proud, seemingly proud of their names.
See, I can be compassionate.
This is unexpectedly nice.
The kobolds are still cowering at your feet, then, Rail. David speaks up and says he's devastated at the town as you've brought in. David says, "I would like to search for survivors or what's left of the
I'll assist you
commoners
on
here.
it.
I would like to stay the night if that is all right with you to try to find what I can here. I mean, these are the people that gave me the wagon." And he gestures at the wagon you're riding in.
I'm alright with that, and I would like to assist.
She nods.
More bacon. Then egg. No, more bacon than egg. Yes, bacon egg. Thank you.
Like,
Yeah, I'd like bacon and eggs too. Thanks.
Same. I'd love some bacon and eggs right now.
I'll be right enough for the whole class.
No.
Man, if only there was a vote to kick option in D&D.
You mean impeachment?
So, are you gonna stay in the town for the night?
I'll
Get a
go with
little
him.
rest.
I guess we should.
It is about 4:35 in the afternoon, so it's gonna be dark pretty soon.
I guess we should probably set up the chance that we'll fight a dragon as well.
Ooh, that sounds like a good exercise.
Well, we're
Let's,
going literally to Nivixol probably, or one of Nivixol's brood, so we should be ready for that.
Mhm.
Nice change of place. I didn't even break a sweat in the last encounter.
Acid is going to be a very critical defense in this, probably.
I was built for this. So, shall we go into the inn?
I figured out one of the spells that I want later on too, Matt.
Okay.
Very fitting for this, and very fitting for Archie.
Okay. So, I need to ask, what do you do with the wagon? Do you leave it out? Do you find a spot to hide it?
Definitely
yeah,
want to find
spot
a
to
spot
hide
to
it.
hide it.
Cool. You do find a house which has been partially destroyed, a wall removed entirely, torn away by very clearly a dragon claw. Conveniently, has enough room inside for you to park the wagon out of view. So that'll be a good spot for you to hide the wagon. The three kobolds are going to follow Thanray like a lost puppy. David and Tycan going about looking for things in the town.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. As you wander about, so I'll put you aside. So you're over there. What is Scarlet doing?
Should probably go to like the east side and do her alert training.
Okay. As you move over that side of the thing, so you're to the east. Let's sort of do a map sort of idea. So you guys are in the middle of town. Scarlet's to the
Good,
east.
yeah,
What's
good,
up?
good chance to try to work on that.
Yeah, as you sort
Let
of
the
pay attention
others
to things.
do what they wish.
What is Archie doing?
Figuring out how the hell they're going to deal with the dragon.
Okay. So you're sort of wandering about the middle of the town, trying to figure out a strategy, that sort of idea.
Yep.
Charlie's going to follow you to assist you in that effort.
hmm
And Thanrea is where?
In the inn with the 3 kobolds.
Okay, you're in the inn.
Also, what is that Charlie art? Why does it look badass?
Because I was using the wrong token last time. That is how Charlie looks.
Bruh.
Badass, as he should.
Yeah, that was the original art. There we go.
Yeah, that's the right one. Because I was a derp and the Roll20's token thing was weird. So
Looks way cooler now.
Scarlet, as in the waning hours of the day, you make your way to the eastern side of the village.
Mhm.
You see there a section of wall has been melted away entirely by acid, and based on the mud on the mud around, there are the footprints of dozens and dozens and dozens of lizard folk. This is where their main attack came through. They attacked from the east.
Mhm.
It's clear that if they wanted to come through here again, there would be very little resistance. They could just walk through the holes in the walls.
Right.
Beyond the wall, there's a bit of muddy open ground before it goes into a bit of trees and swamp. How do you want to train your alert thing?
She's going to just like keep an eye and her ears out for anything that happens, like anything at all,
Okay.
even the smallest mouse.
Okay. Okay. I will get you. I'm going to make a note of what this is going to be. I'll get you to make me, please, for the next hour or for the next several hours, a single perception check. This will be the ability check required for the alert feat.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Actually, yeah, perception. Yeah, cool.
More perception.
As you
Bad.
as you sit at the edge of the town, peering out, closing your eyes to focus on the sounds, and then trying to use the sounds to identify where things are, you identify there. Firstly, identify there are no less than 13 frogs in the swamp in your general vicinity, and you begin to track where they are. You track as a frog is eaten by a larger lizard that is lurking in the swamp.
Neat.
It is extremely a lot like the swamp, as nasty as it is a lie. It is alive. There are things in the swamp living and stuff.
Yep.
You do not detect anyone alive in the town aside from you guys. You are sure with that roll. But you spend until after dark listening and training, and that is one success towards your alert feat.
Hey.
As in the meantime, as you're doing that, Tyken, you and
Mhm.
David are going through the town.
Yep.
I'll get. Oh, if you want to assist David with a perception check, or do you want to make one yourself? Leave it up to you.
Let me check my sheet. I probably should assist him.
Okay, so David will happily take the advantage. As you wander through the town, you notice that David's senses are very, very high. You notice that he sniffs the air a few times, much like a dog would. His lycanthropy helping in this situation as well as you. As you move through the town, Tyken, you notice David is keeping a brave face, but is
Mhm.
very clearly devastated by what he's seeing. As you see, there are what's left of people burned away by acid, children burned away, cut down. David collects a few things, wedding rings and other things. Do you want to say anything to him as you move through the town and pick up these bits and pieces?
I will. I'm debating on how I want to go about this.
Yep.
You know what? I think I know how to do this.
Hmm.
I'm just going to start talking about my travels up north. Lighten the mood, but not in an insulting sort of way.
Okay. As you sort of tell him that, he sort of listens, and that sort of. I'll get you to make a persuasion check for me. That will be the sort of check for keeping his mind off things. As you tell him this story, you tell him these stories, he seems to respond, but the devastation is quite heavy for him.
Mhm.
And as you tell him this story, he sort of stops. He sort of stops and turns to you and says, "The order should have been here. If they were here, maybe this wouldn't have happened."
I'm going to say, can't dwell on what ifs at this point.
He nods. Says, "When we get back to the order, if we were able to get them out of the stalemate they're currently stuck in, I'm going to recommend to the commander that we take down this Nivik self first.
I would happily join in on that one.
Nivik self deserves to pay for this."
Nivixol and the rest of them as well.
He nods. And you notice during these several hours, he's picked up various trinkets and things that he recognizes from people that he met that were here.
Mm-hmm.
Just little keepsakes and things that he remembers. But you sort of have a moment with him where just sort of you get a sense of he's just a kid,
Yeah.
but he's seen his fair share of tragedy, and he's learned to deal with it fairly well, all things considered. Yeah, you sort of get a bit of time with David to see what he's about.
I would tell him. I would actually tell him that. He would be like, "You're handling these things quite well. Better than I did."
He looks at you with this serious expression and says, "I've had to learn how to deal with this after mother and sister."
Yes, after my wife and child were murdered, I went down. Almost went down a very dark path.
He nods, says, "I almost did the same when my sister. I found a way out through the most unlikely of things, though."
Mm-hmm.
He holds his hand up, and
Mm-hmm.
he watches his hand begins to become more claw-like as he just sort of
Ah,
channels that lycanthropy for a second and says, "For a beast, it can be comforting."
well, better than what I did. I got so angry I disintegrated myself.
He raises an eyebrow at that.
Tyken just smiles.
Hmm.
He says,
Human.
best way to put this is, after I was done at my final stand, the only thing they could do for me was sweep me up.
I figured
He
it
nods.
out. I figured it out. Tycan is
Mhm.
literally just Escanor.
Yeah, right.
David nods as you say that and says, "So you went down like my mother."
Oh. Was she Asimov?
No. Um. He sits down on a broken bench just to talk to you about this.
Alright. Tyken will sit down with him.
He says, "My mother was the commander of the Order of the Blue Moon.
Mm-hmm.
The Order's job ever since I've been born was to hold that gate against the abyss. When attacks every few hours from the abyss, it was constant, rotating shifts of soldiers to keep that keep them at bay. When there was one day, I remember it so well, when a demon came through, bigger than the rest. It swept aside the first few ranks of our soldiers effortlessly, and it came down to her to, as the commander, to step in. It was her duty,
Mm-hmm.
so she stepped up. She knew she was going to die. Says, but she said that one day I would understand, and now I do. She transformed into her hybrid form, and he gestures again to his hand as it becomes a claw type thing, and then activated her armor, shielding her from fire, and then cast her own spell to increase her speed and ran in one final stand against the creature. Her last stroke cut it down, but then she was incinerated in the explosion. It was one of these, and he pulls out a book, one of the Demonomicons with the information on demons, and he flips
Mhm.
to a page and shows you a picture of the demon his mother fell killing.
Valor.
He says she fell to, well, she got the killing blow in her last moments before it exploded. There was only ash left afterwards.
Very noble of her. I imagine you're quite proud.
Sorry, say that again.
He says, very noble of her. I imagine you're quite proud.
Says, I am. I wish she was still around, but it was her
Of
duty.
course.
It was her duty to stand for the Order. At least she's with Father now.
Precisely. And it's not like you won't get to see them again.
Hopefully
Just-
not soon, though.
I doubt any time soon. Just like, once all this is over, I will see about going back to my wife and child in the afterlife.
Not yet, though, right?
Only
Till it's
after
done.
everything is done. I was brought back for a reason, and I will not. I don't want to disappoint. He smiles.
He smiles back. Says, it's good. It feels good to talk about this to someone else. Looking at the picture of the Balor still. Been alone for 2 years
Yes,
now.
I can imagine so, though. Took me far too long to find anyone to talk about any of this with. And by the time I did, I was already dead.
He nods. Says,
Hyken does smile. He says, "Would you like to see a gift I got from my mother?"
oh yeah.
I pull out my adamantine sword.
Just undresses.
He stares at it and says, that's amazing.
She is a planetar of Helm.
Like a real angel.
Yes.
He says, that's amazing. All I have to remember my mother is, and he pulls a necklace that's been hidden in his armor out with what is very clearly a wedding ring on it.
Hyken smiles and says, "These things are very important."
Says they are. That's why I wanted to collect these from here. And he gestures at the little pile of treasures that he's found. But we should move on, I think, and help
Yes,
out.
we should.
If this Soko is coming back, then we should be ready.
Precisely, and it is my personal belief as well that we should start making preparations for a resting place for the deceased.
He nods. Says, we should. Unfortunately, some of these we can't get, and he gestures at a few of the bodies that are just submerged in acid and are slowly bubbling away.
I'm pretty sure Archie can help us get those.
But the first things first, as David becomes almost like really focused suddenly. Says, first things first. We can mourn the dead later. We need to prepare to fight this Soko first.
Exactly. Now, let us continue. And I'll pat him on the back.
Yep. And with that, you continue along your way.
Yes, sir.
Archie, you and Charlie. How are you prepare? How are you? What are you doing? How are you preparing for things to come?
That's a good question. Hmm.
I presume you walk around the ruined town and see what's available.
Yeah. Guessing there's not
Um,
going to be much there.
There's a lot of cover.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ruined buildings and things that you could definitely hide in and stuff. There were some siege equipment scattered about, ballistas and other things. They have been melted away by acid, and it will be several days to get the best of them back into working order. It's clear that those were focused on by acid breath.
Yep.
But Archie, you believe it would be better to fight this dragon here than to fight it in an open field.
True.
Given all the cover and everything like that, definitely a chance. I'll get you to make me an investigation check as you and Charlie move about, and you have advantage because Charlie helps. Cool. Archie, you are absolutely certain, absolutely, given the amount of acid that has been sprayed and the potency of the acid over the course of an hour or so of investigating, you believe this Soko is absolutely an adult dragon and probably an older adult dragon. Definitely the biggest one you've fought so far, by far. Also, Archie, because you rolled more than 20, you also notice what's left of warping to the weave. Some spells have been cast. You estimate, if you want to make me an Arcana check with advantage. You estimate a demon was summoned here.
Really?
You are pretty sure that this Soko is able to cast spells and was able to summon a demon.
Yeah, the problem is it's going to fight on its own terms, not on ours. So
Yep. But you determine, Archie, this dragon can cast spells of at least 4th level.
true.
Is there anything you want to prepare for a battle? Anything you have in mind that you want to think about?
I did. Once I was done with David,
You
because I had
have the
a
chance.
fun
Well,
idea.
Well, as Archie, you're wondering about, and you're determining this, that it can definitely cast at least summon Greater Demon. With
Yep.
Charlie helping you analyze things. At this point, David and Tycan, you meet up with them.
Tyken would say, I believe we should try to draw the dragon here. I'm going to set up something high up. I am going to attempt to jump on its back.
And just get flown off with it by yourself.
If it tries to fly off with me, that'll be its doom.
What happens if it flips over?
Tyken flexes. That's never stopped me before.
The thing is, you got to think about us. If he flies away with you, it's only you.
David speaks up and says, perhaps I could do it.
Absolutely not.
No, but no, I could. As David picks up a rusty dagger that's sitting on the ground and just stabs it into his shoulder, and pulls the dagger out, and immediately he's unharmed. I could fall from the sky and it'll hurt, but I won't be damaged.
You have a different problem, though.
What's that?
How well do you fare with acid?
Probably not well. We both do it, says David.
Now that's a compromise.
Also, if you
Charlie.
jump on the dragon, how am I supposed to do AoE spells on it as well? I'll just hit you both.
Prepare the single target attack ones for the combat.
Charlie then speaks up and says, I can assist in in a battle against an aerial creature. His hand folds down, revealing that arcane cannon. However, my form 2 is susceptible to acid.
Mm.
My weapons and armor are not. I am, but I can easily heal it.
David says, so we are going to fight it here, yes, if it comes here?
Well, we
That's
don't want
my
to fight it anywhere near freaking Nivixel's lair. That would be a death sentence.
But we are going to slay Navixel at some point, yes?
We're gonna have to slay all the dragons at some point.
Oh, the
once,
bad one.
well,
She's not
once
dead.
our work with the Order is done and the Order is free to move on from the portals of the Abyss, the Order will help. It's what we were found to do.
Indeed.
I presume you want to just hand wave that you make some plans? Make some strategies?
The problem is we literally have no way of getting it out of the sky. If it stays in
what
the
I
sky,
wanted
then
to
we
take
just...
care of.
Well, the thing is, it's still going to be in the sky.
Not if I cut off its damn wing while I'm on its back.
Yeah, so let's just cut off an adult dragon's wing.
I have an
How
enchanted.
big's an adult dragon?
I have an enchanted adamantine great sword. If anything can do it, that can.
In the word of Trump, it's huge.
Is it actually huge?
It's actually huge.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
give me
only two
one-
sizes larger than I am. It's fine.
Hold on one
The
sec.
actually is important.
Okay, that's good. If it's huge, I'm good. Because I can make my pact weapon. I'll just discuss that I can make my pact weapon into a bow. And if I hit it with my pact weapon, I can smite it and it'll be prone.
I presume you're there for this as well, then, Tanrea. As Charlie says, I do have one ability that was thankfully passed down to me by my new creator. He looks at you, Archie. He says, I can create a web.
I was thinking about that as well, but web won't really do much to this dragon. Dragons are very unnatural beings. They have the resilience and power to just not care about things.
But he could for a short period of time anyway, yes?
Maybe, but also maybe not.
Charlie seems to think about this and says, I believe it is worth a try. But you are my maker, so... what you will do?
Assuming that we are still agreed that we could use the thing, I would still try to use a bunch of like scrap to make something to be above, like wait for the dragon to swoop and then do the thing.
Yeah. There are rooftops that are still partially intact that you could definitely hide on. I will say this is a really good ambush place, but there's lots of hidey holes all over the place you could hide in and attack. So yeah, you could definitely find a spot to hide to jump on the dragon if it gets low.
Now, I have a very silly question.
Yep.
Would you classify a dragon's maw/mouth an entryway?
Yeah.
So that means I can arcane lock it?
Bruh. Oh my god.
God damn it.
Colin, that has to work.
That would be funny.
Because you could argue you could do that to a dragon's skull.
Well, this is why I specifically use the word entryway, because it's classified in the spell as an entryway you can lock.
You know what? Yes. Yes, that could work.
Hey.
I mean, hell, like Critical Role use the dragon's anus as an entryway, so
Oh,
like,
God
that-
damn it.
True.
True.
like yeah, you could totally do it.
Mm.
I mean,
I would
it's
allow-
huge.
I would
So,
allow it.
I'm coming up with a new spell, Matt,
Okay.
which is using the wording of Arcane Lock,
Yep.
STFU.
which is literally just like a muzzle,
Yeah. I'd allow it. I'd allow
like
it.
a
And,
dragon muzzle, pretty
like
much.
like mechanically, it would function exactly the same. So like
Yeah.
that last line of Arcane Lock is that is the
Entryway.
DC to break or force it open would be against your spell save DC.
Yep. Because I was
Right.
thinking of a new spell that I might want to get later or something like that, which would hamper a dragon's flight, sort of like Dragon Rend in Skyrim, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But like that would probably be later on. I don't want it right now.
Yeah.
But I was thinking
Um,
of something that like would like might work to hamper the dragon's abilities with what I
Yeah.
currently have, and I was like, I have Arcane Lock.
Yeah, that could work. In particular, if its mouth is sealed shut by this magical spell, it would have to use an action to break out, and
Exactly.
in that time, it couldn't cast spells
Exactly right.
because it can't speak.
But there's one giant problem with Arcane Lock that I would want to change with the spell later on, is the fact that Arcane Lock is touch. So,
Oh, that's where Mini actually comes in, right?
correct. But also, if I made an alternate spell in Archie's own list at some point,
Yeah.
a higher level to like maybe hamper a dragon, like maybe two. One can hamper their breath weapon, one will hamper their flight, right? But
Yeah.
that's something for later. I don't need to. But
Yeah.
for now, wait a minute. I just had a fucking brain blast.
Archie's
Right,
maw
left.
shutter.
I can put Mini Archie inside the damn dragon.
Oh.
Mm.
Like,
I have made a note, Archie, for that later on.
I can put Mini. Okay, Archie has had a brain blast. Like, Archie's just like
Brain blast.
strokes his chin and then looks at Tyke and he's just like, hmm.
if you're inside
My God.
something, do they automatically fail on any like physical saves that they have to try and make?
Do you know what I was
Depend-
thinking, Josh?
Depends on the effect. It'll be more of a. There's no rule, hard and fast. It's more of DM discretion.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
gonna
if you
wa-
were to, like if you were in the dragon's belly and cast fireball, it can't dodge it. Like
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, that's
waterlog the dragon.
Oh my god. That is yes.
yeah.
Like,
Well, you know, it'd be
yes.
really funny if Mini Archie's inside the dragon's stomach and then all of a sudden a tidal wave goes through it.
Yeah.
Out its ass.
That would be kind of, you know,
That
pretty
would
big
suck.
stomach ache.
That would
Yeah.
fucking suck.
That is certainly something Archie could do.
I say to Tyken, I have an idea.
Yes.
So here's the idea, Diane. We need to draw the dragon in. You can jump on the dragon if you would like, but I'm going to put my mini Archie here. Hello, that's me.
Oh, I sent it to Sept. Whoops.
Ah,
My bad.
And
I meant to send it
mini
to the
Archie,
D&D chat. There we go.
mini Archie can go inside the dragon. That being said, mini Archie can cast spells inside the dragon like Sleet Storm, Wall of Sand, Tidal Wave, Fireball, Ice Storm,
That's
Wall
cruel.
of Fire.
That's so cruel to put inside a dragon.
Also, it'd be really funny to put a immolation inside there too.
Mm.
Can you grease inside and then just blow it up?
Immolation's better in that sense, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
you
that
could do that.
makes sense.
Do you know it'd be also really funny? If all of a sudden there was a demon inside the dragon.
Oh, just an angry monkey in a tight space.
Couldn't you just get an instant disintegrate on inside as well?
Well, I want to do that, making sure that it can't do anything else. Yes, I can do that too.
But wouldn't
mean,
but disintegrate?
My main
Scarlet's
main
not
goal
there,
is to
I'm
get the
just-
dragon not to be able to move off the ground.
and if you were to cast a wall of sand in the dragon's belly, that would be enough to weigh the thing down.
Well, a wall of sand or a tidal wave of like
yeah,
how many gallons of water is a tidal wave?
a lot. Like
A
it's-
lot. And it's directly in the stomach, and it. Wait, how much is? I don't even remember how much it is.
it's several hundred gallons, easy.
Yeah, so I was thinking if I prepare tidal wave or wall of sand, it would be weighed down a little bit.
Mhm.
And luckily for Mini Archie here, Mini Archie doesn't need to breathe.
Mm.
So
Mm. Well, as you do, you have your plan?
I do. I was trying to think of
Cool.
a plan, and I couldn't think of something, and then I forgot about Mini Archie.
Hmm.
Ah, yes, this is why Mini Archie is the real protagonist.
Alrighty. In the meantime, Thanray, you're probably there helping them plan.
Yes.
Cool. The three kobolds say, "Do we have to help?"
No.
They cheer.
You three stay in a safe place.
You watch as they all run to the back of the inn and jump in a cupboard. And that is where they remain.
No.
But as the plan is made, Scarlet, your training finishes up as it gets dark. About 30 minutes after dark. Tycan, can you please make me a wisdom save?
yes, sir.
As I presume Archie's setting up the hut and things.
Yep.
I can find the sheet. All right. Huh. That's the lowest
Ooh.
I've rolled in forever.
Cool. And you're all probably nearby each other at this point. Where is Archie setting up the hut?
Probably near the inn or inside the inn somewhere, right?
Where exactly? In the inn?
Yeah.
As you're all setting up the hut in Archie, you're setting up the hut in the inn. You're all about doing your things, having food and things, preparing yourselves, sharpening weapons. When Archie, because you have detect magic going at all times, and you can see invisibility at all times because your glasses.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Archie, what is very clearly recognizable to you as a scrying orb located about 6 or so feet above Tycan, in the roof, looking at Tycan.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic at 6th level on it.
It appears, it's there for a round, and you see it, and then you dispel it, and it immediately is dispelled.
We'll be having none of that.
What?
It seems that you have some peeping toms looking at you, Tarkan.
Huh, shame I didn't get to speak to them first.
I'd rather them not know where we are too well.
That is a fair point.
And I'm sure if they want to see us, they'll probably do another one.
Huh.
I wait a moment.
As you wait, and sure enough, Archie, you've called it. 10 minutes later, then Rhea, you still have the no detection amulet attuned, yes? Question mark? Then Rhea?
Uno mas. No, I gave that away.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. I'll get then Rhea to make me an wisdom saving throw, please. You feel someone try to locate you, but you fight off their effect.
Heh.
Oh.
As you feel someone try to locate you, but you resist. You tell Archie.
I do. Somebody's snooping.
Oh, there's number 2. Do we want to wait for number 3? Can I get a 3? 3, my lord! 3! Choose 3!
Lord.
10 minutes pass as the heart is now up, Archie. When you notice, Archie, a scrying orb appears above David.
This guy.
I'm going to counterspell it at 4th level.
Yeah, or dispel magic.
Spell magic at 4th level.
Awesome. It appears, spends a round looking at your surroundings before you dispel it. Disappears.
Flutter
She
in
just-
an unidentifiable wooden house.
Come on,
David
do
says-
it again. I know you want to.
David says, I'm sorry, I tried to resist, I think. Like, I'm sorry I was too weak-willed.
Are they going to do it to me now? Are they going to do it to Kalia? Are they going to do it to Scarlet? I'm ready. Come on. You can do it. I believe.
Scarlet's to the east of the villa.
It's at this point, Tycan.
Yeah.
You receive a message in your head.
Oh?
As per the nature of sending, you know who sent it. If you're
Okay.
familiar with them. And you are familiar with them. The sending comes through and is identifiable as from Phalar.
Oh?
The message simply says, "We know where you are. We will have our rematch soon, and this time I hope the wizard doesn't get in our way."
Can I respond?
You can, 25 words or less.
Alright, he would say, I wish to speak. If we may one-on-one battle, I will talk to wizard friend.
No further sendings come through.
And with that, he would approach Archie and be like, "Well, you remember the woman that attacked us?
She's the one doing the sendings. The
Um,
sendings are the scrying.
possibly, but I know I had the sending spell it used on me just now. She wants to have a one-on-one. I told her I would talk to you and insist that we do have the one-on-one. I also told her I wish to speak with her and that I am perfectly fine having a fight that is one-on-one.
Archie rubs the bridge of his nose, lifting his glasses up a bit. You know what I'm going to say.
Well, what you say is not as much a concern as what you plan on doing.
No thought head empty.
Oh, and they know where we are.
I figured that.
Yes, that kind of went without saying, but I thought I'd go ahead and say so just in case.
Mm.
Why do you get the fighter, huh?
It's what she
I don't know.
wants. It's my
Wow.
guess. She's also a paladin. Or a champion like Tycan. I guess they're both kind of,
Dick measuring contest, I guess.
That's what I was going to say, but in a more low tone comment.
Well, to be fair, I would consider that contest a cheating, as I have one and she does not.
You don't
At least
know
I
that.
presume she does not.
We don't know what she's packing under her armor. Archie says cheekily.
He says, but as I am a man of my word, I said I would talk to you all and insist that me and her fight uninterrupted.
But when have I ever cared what other people want?
You seem to care about the kobolds.
Do you see how weak and helpless they are?
Uh-huh.
You hear them all munching on something in the cupboard. They have not left
Oh,
in the last few
no.
hours.
I don't
Is
even know
it-
what they're eating.
It's actually the cupboard.
It's their own fingernails.
Freaking Archie would just reply with, this goes against all my logical reasoning, but I think that no matter what I say here, your mind is already made up and so is hers. With your own codes.
Yeah, it's like, I understand you're having logical reasoning against this, but I follow a code. And
She follows a
rather-
black dragon and Tiamat.
I know. If she wishes to go against any sort of code that she could have stood for, or against my code, that's not effective.
If she goes against any of those codes, I'm going to turn her into dust.
See, if she goes against the one-on-one, that does null and void it. So, by all means.
Okay, well, I can function under the thoughts that if she breaks the one-on-one, then it's no holds barred.
Precisely.
I will. Although, I don't know if we'll be fighting her with the dragon.
I would hope not, because that's kind of a gray territory, because, well, if the dragon doesn't attack me, I could still get hit by its not precise abilities.
Archie's going to walk outside.
Okay. You step outside. At this point, it's dark. The weather is clear.
I'm going to cast a
Um,
spell.
What do you cast?
I'm casting Sending
Oh, okay.
Send it.
to Phalar
Mm,
because I know of them. I know who they
Yeah.
are.
you do.
And I just say,
Hmm.
give me a time and place and you can have your fight with Tykan. If there is any interference or cheap tactics, you'll meet your end by me. That is my final deal.
Thanks, Dad.
Cool. You said that. A few moments
Mhm.
pass before you get a reply. Expect us in reading 2 hours before sunrise. I will 1v1 Tycan. The rest of you will be easy pickings for the rest of us. But the 1v1 will be honored.
Mhm. I don't reply. I walk back in.
Yep.
Rest now. You have a fight in the morning.
Tyken smiles.
That goes for the rest of us too. Because just because she's going on her fight doesn't mean there's not going to be a fight for us.
True. Sleep time.
Yes, let us all rest up.
It's fucking bedtime.
Exactly.
Cool. As you all rest in the hut, yes?
Yeah.
Scarlet returns from her training. You're all there. You all get a long rest.
I am going to move around a few of my spells because I think I'm going to have to.
Don't forget that.
Um, then Rare, at some point, before you get to rest, you do notice the kobolds have finished eating whatever they were eating. You discover what they were eating.
Yes.
It was a box. It was a wooden box containing rotten potatoes.
Nice.
They've eaten both potatoes and the box.
There's so many gulag jokes I could make right now.
There's no thought behind those eyes.
they are bottom feeders. Like it's fine. Like
It's hard to believe that those are actually legitimately dragonkin.
It's
Yeah.
hard to believe that they're actually like able to speak.
Hmm.
That's what I'm surprised about.
It's broken common. I will say that. But you all are long rested. Scarlet,
Mhm.
you're in there as well. You've had a long rest as well, Scarlet.
Yep.
Just saying because your token is not at full hit points. It's at 101.
Yes, the 2 missing HP. Thanks for reminding me.
I'm just doing it. Then that is my indicator that you are not full rested. Cool. It is about 4 a.m. when the first of you wake up, as it is 2 hours before sunrise. Presumably you'll
Tyken,
wake up a bit earlier than that.
I would. And I know exactly what Tyken would do.
Cool. So you will wake up. It is dark outside. It is the darkest hours of the night. The weather is clear. As you all wake up, Tyken, what are you doing?
Tyken would firstly say a prayer to him to protect his party members.
Yep.
And then he would just go and stand at the entrance of the town, staring,
Okay.
waiting.
As Tycan makes his way out, you all begin to wake up and do your things. Scarlet, there's a ping on your radar from Sir Siegfried.
Mm-hmm.
Fayla is back within 1 mile. Moving slightly slower than she was when she left, as she did leave at 180 feet per round.
Yeah, she's coming
She's
back
sudden-
with reinforcements though.
She suddenly enters your range of 1 mile. She's moving at a speed of 160 feet per round.
Wow, slightly slower.
Slightly slower. You get this ping as Tycan is outside.
She's either moving slower on purpose or she's on a different mount.
What do you all do?
That's what she says.
As Scarlet says that, what do you all do?
Well, she's not my fight.
Anyone do anything?
I'm
Archie?
still waiting. I'm still outside, sword drawn, waiting.
Archie.
Hello.
As Scarlet says that, your detect magic glasses pick up something in the weave itself. Waves of energy washing over the entire town of Reading. Make me an Arcana check.
Nice.
I know.
Archie, you know precisely what spell is being cast. And based on your nat 20, you know what sort of creature is casting it. When Archie was teaching back at Neverwinter, whenever there was a graduation ceremony, you always wanted it to be just right for your students. So Archie then would cast Control Weather to clear the skies and make it the most perfect day for your perfect students to graduate.
Mhm.
This is Control Weather, but the casting is different. You recognize this, Archie, as Hag Magic.
Oh.
God.
You're not sure if the Hag's nearby, as Control Weather has quite the range. But it's Hag Magic, and they're controlling the weather.
What is it morphing into, though?
Well, the clear 4 a.m. skies begin to rapidly grow dark with clouds, which then turn into rain, which then turn into heavy rain, which then is lit up with lightning as a storm has been conjured around you.
Wait.
Tycan, it's now raining
that?
on you.
You know what? Tyke is still just gonna stand there. He's got a helmet on, easy.
Okay. The sound of rain heavily falling on you. All of you probably at this point are awake to the sound of thunder. Any of you going outside, or were you remaining in the inn?
Okay.
I already went outside.
I mean, if we're getting ready to fight, I assume we're all outside.
Are you all standing outside waiting? Okay. Tycan, I'll get you to make a perception check for me. If you're the one that's out the front of the town, you'll see this first.
Yes, sir. come on, above a 6. That's all I ask.
They are making.
Well,
Sorry.
at least I got what I asked.
They are making no effort to be hidden. Okay. In the bolts of lightning and rain, you see the group illuminated. In the distance, in the sky, rapidly approaching the ruins of the town of Reading, you see firstly, riding on her nightmare mount, Fayla, in the distance. Lying at her sides and behind her are 8 humanoid figures riding creatures.
Can I take this time to transform my weapon into a bow?
You can. You do whatever preference you like. You see riding, flying in the sky at Fayla's rear and behind and at her sides, 8 individuals, each of them riding a vaguely dragonkin-like creature, which you recognize Tycan to be wyverns.
Oh.
8 wyverns, each one with an armored individual riding them. And behind all of them, the massive form of a truly adult black dragon.
So can you repeat that?
An adult black dragon. 10 wyverns, each one with an armored person on the back, and Fayla at the front on a nightmare.
Jesus Christ.
Tycan, you see this first. Anyone else is outside? You also see them approaching in the sky.
You know what? I'm gonna change my weapon back to my grey sword. Fuck this.
As you all see it's approaching, what do you all do? You have a few moments to prepare as they are coming.
I'm going to do my channel divinity to prepare for the combat.
I'll allow you to do that when they get really close, if you like, to maximize your time with it.
Yes. And I will also do that with radiant consumption to maximize time.
Okay. Are the rest of you going to stand with Tycan, or are you going to wait in the city, or wait in the ruined town?
Stand.
Man, I don't know.
Do you stand in the town, or do you want to stand at the gate?
In the town, I imagine. Isn't that where we're planning?
Yeah.
Is it? No, no.
All right. Well, let me move you to the map, shall I? As the rain is pelting down, giving some semblance of cover to these airborne creatures.
I'm gonna, when they get within combat range, quote unquote, I'm gonna cast Shadow of Moil on myself.
Right.
Select dudes.
All right. I'm going to copy and paste your tokens. Boop. There you go. I'm going to put Tycan off to the side as you're not in the town itself. You guys are all roughly in the center.
Blah.
This is
my
a.
OCD.
Sorry?
Ninja mask.
There we go.
Ninja mask.
I'm in the squares, but I'm not in the hexes. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the best map I could find for a ruined village. They're actually hard to find, would you believe?
I can't even see.
I
half of
actually
the maps.
believe it.
For the
I
purpose
like
of this here is the ruined inn. For the purpose of things.
I will be casting a couple spells as they get in range when they get close.
Tycan, we'll let you decide. There's no rush for you deciding what spells. They're going to let you do it. Tycan, the war party flies right over your head. To land in the town. Do you all stand outside to meet them, or do you want to wait in the buildings? I know Tycan's waiting outside. It's more of the rest of you.
Well, hold on. That's the inn we were staying at.
Tycon's doing a
Is that-
1v1. We want
The
them to
inn
be
is-
away.
The inn is this building to the bottom right of the center.
I'm probably gonna stay where I am because
I'm gonna lean on the well as I wait to cast my spells.
Cool. You're all hanging out there, sort of idea. David's going to stand in front of the well. Charlie's going to stand next to you, Archie. Scarlet, you're happy there? Or do you want to be next to David, or what do you want to do?
I'm good. I'm good there then. Yeah.
Okay. As you all hang out, that's what you're happy with there? They're approaching from the right, just so you know.
Yep.
So, Tycan, the war party flies over you, pretty low, about 50 feet above you. As they fly over you, you see Phaela leading on the Nightmare. She looks down at you as she flies over. And she nods at you, noting where you are.
I give her a nod back.
And in a rush movement, they over you. And you see they all come down to land. As the creatures all land. This is not to scale. The wyverns are to scale, just the location where they land is not.
that's a lot of wyverns.
It is. They are not messing about. Oh, god damn it. The tokens don't have the hit points. It just annoys me. There we go. That's the right AC. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 8. Phaela, I'm also missing a hit points. God damn it. At least the Nightmare has it. That's good. Why does the 5e tools thing do this? The default tokens. All of them. And finally, Bip. Oh, god damn it. Why do the tokens always break? This really annoys me.
Yeah, I have that issue as well.
Cool. They all fly over and all land about 150 feet from you in the street. Phaela lands in front of them. The dragon lands behind Phaela, with its back to all of you. I got one too many knights. Whoops. As they all land, their wyverns landing on the ruined buildings and things. The knights, there are 8 knights each riding a wyvern. Phaela lands on her nightmare, with her back to all of you. You see them. They are not making an attempt to hide from you. Phaela calls out to the knights and says, I've chosen all of you because you are the best in our battalion. Your job is to bring them down. And she points at the rest of you who are hanging out near the well.
Man, it's early.
As you do that, the dragon looks at you and just leers at you all, just grins. Fayla continues to speak and says, you can definitely tell she's a natural commander. And she says,
By the way, as
Keep
the
your-
dragon's looking at me, Mini Archie is heading towards the dragon out of behind it, by the way.
yep,
Right up the
But-
pooper.
It's literally like, I want
It's
the dragon to be
approaching
looking at
easily.
me or at what's going on. I have moved Archie, like, out of its vision, pretty much, to
Yep,
try and
yep.
just...
Cool. It's sort of moving up through the
Schmove.
building. It's
Yep.
stealthily moving. Fayla continues and says, keep your wits amongst you. They are not to be taken lightly. And the boy is a lycanthrope. Keep your silvered weapons to bear.
Well, it seems that they have your number, David.
All the knights say, yes, ma'am. At which point the dragon speaks up and says, lost the sheet. Whoops. As the dragon speaks up, says, you've already failed once, Failer. Do not disappoint us again. You will bring us their heads. And if you don't, I will bring my father yours. Is that clear? You all noticed Tyken from the gate and the rest of you from the well. Baylor is showing a lot of fear. Fear at what will happen if she doesn't succeed here. Tycan in particular, you notice this.
Mini Archie's still schmoving.
Ah, looks like you've already lost.
You better not fail that again.
Oh shit.
Dad jokes are us, let's go. Who says that we can't take on your father anyway? Why are you so scared, Failer?
Call that out.
If you show this kind of fear, you're no match for Ty.
Baylor says, I am not afraid.
Really?
You're afraid of him though, and you're afraid of the big one.
I can smell the piss in your pants.
The dragon grins and says, they can see the fear, as can I, champion. And the dragon says that not in an endearing way.
How close is Mini Archie? He's schmoving.
Mini Archie's probably getting within 50 feet. Getting really close.
Gotta go, gotta go.
The dragon says, I will let you and your piss ants have their fun for now. But
Where are
if
you
things
going?
start to go south, I'll be here. I want to be here to watch you fall. The dragon then laughs.
What happens if you fall though?
These are questions.
Oh, I won't fall. I just want to be here to watch if she falls.
I'm
dragon-
surprised how upfront you are. Usually most of your kind are hiding in the shadows and doing sneaky stuff. That's what I've heard from the books of Black Dragons. I don't know if that's true. You're showing a little bit different stuff.
I mean, it is
Overconfidence, cockiness.
true.
Not my
I'm rather
repertoire.
impressed.
Yeah. Currently just drawing out the conversation to try and get Mini Archie
Yeah.
in position.
Mini Archie is within position if he wants to move
To
in the
be
dragon's
honest-
belly.
Yeah, he wants to go into the dragon's belly.
To be honest,
Okay.
I kind of want a new pair of boots.
The dragon turns its attention to all of you. I'll get Mini Archie to roll me a stealth check, please, to try to get within the dragon's belly without the dragon noticing. Or the knights.
It is heavy raining.
True.
It is. It is.
We are distracting.
He's also tiny.
He is tiny.
It's small. It's small.
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 Just,
What's this? What's
Bro-
this? Says the dragon.
just
Oh, yeah?
wondering, from where we are, right?
Mm.
Is that how far away is the dragon actually from us?
They
Like
landed
this
about
distance?
they landed about 150 feet from you, but in that direction.
Okay.
What's what?
The dragon says, "What is this?" and looks directly at Mini Archie, who's currently just underneath it.
Oh, I am me. I am Archie. As I say at the same time, I am me. I am Archie.
Hmm.
We are Archie. You want to know other
Now-
things?
How curious. Do you wish to fight Soko the Orphan Maker with this?
So good.
Sure. Do you want to find out? Quite delicious.
This might be fun. I might have a bit of a play as well. Soldiers, says Soko. Bring me their heads, and points at all of you around the well. I may jump in if I feel so inclined. Ayla then pushes off on her steed, rides past all of the people, riding towards you, Tycan.
Mini Archie's gonna try and do something cheeky.
What's gonna do?
He's gonna just sit on the dragon's back.
Okay, the dragon allows it.
He just sits there and opens a tiny spectral book.
It's a tiny book. What an interesting ability, says Soko.
I am interesting. I have a lot of information.
Then Raya, David, and Scarlet get blessed.
Okay. Oof. What are we using? A little flag thing? Use a flag thing.
But Archie, on the other hand, is going to do other things, as
So
we.
so it was Thanraya, Archie, and David.
I have
Okay,
some
bless her.
things that I want to do.
Scarlet.
Oh, and Scarlet. Cool. The dragon is gonna sit back that distance. It's back about 150 feet, and watch as the knights all move in formation and they push off with their wyverns and fly in your direction. As they move, as it is still dark and there's no light, each of them cast a spell on their weapons, and their weapons begin to glow. A spell that you recognize as the light cantrip.
What, just to make it
Cool.
They
magical?
move. No, just so they can see because it's dark.
No. Have a fucking
They move in
light
formation?
shining straight in your face. Yeah,
No, it's just so they can see. And they fly in your direction. In the meantime, Phelan rides directly at you, Tycan, before dismounting from her nightmare.
I'm gonna cast my spells as it starts happening.
Yep, as they're
Um,
moving in, and we're about to roll initiative,
Tycan.
so you can do things you want to prepare.
I am going to be casting Mirror Image.
Yep.
As well as another spell if I can.
Yes, you can.
Swell. I want to cast Archie's Arcane Ward as well.
Okay. As you cast your spells and prepare for this combat. As Phaler approaches Tycan, quick bathroom break, everyone.
All right.
Ooh.
If I can, because I need to be. Cool. Back in a sec. Gobble. I have hummus and biscuits
Back.
and I'm ready for combat.
I'm
So,
back.
one thing I will say is, once she approaches Tyken, Tyken's actually gonna say to her, "Don't listen to them. It's fine to show fear. Bravery is pushing past it. We all feel fear."
And as she approaches, she says, "It's not fear for me.
What's going
It's
on then?
It's fear for what happens if I fail.
What happens?
I'm fighting for the lives of my village. If I fail here, Nivixel will slaughter them all."
Would you look at that? The information that you needed to change her.
Tyken's thinking now. I have a question. Would you be interested in killing the black dragon right now? He points at the one that flew off with Mini Archie.
She narrows her eyes and says, "Talk like that is why the last champion was devoured by Nivixel."
I mean,
Well, he's gonna be a little bit of a cheeky bastard here and say, "I don't need you to talk. Just a head nod would work." He
I've
says,
heard of what she says. I've heard of what you've done before. Nivixel is far beyond Frigidax.
"Oh, that. Oh, don't give Frigidex that much credit. I missed."
He says, "I gave my word that I would bring your head to Nivixel. This is nothing personal."
I don't take it personal, but I give you my word. I will do everything in my power to save your village.
And if I fall here, you have my. Do I have your word?
Yes.
Thank you. My village is Marshfield. It is located a day south of Nivixel's lair. The people there are not bad people. They just want to survive.
I wouldn't think they're bad people. You seem decent.
We are, both of us, I think, the product of our circumstances.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I know for a fact I would be doing the same thing you would when I in your position.
She nods. Says, "Then I will fight you with nothing held back."
Pyken
She pulls.
smiles and says, "As will I."
Mm. She pulls up her glaive, which now you're close to it, you can see it properly. It looks to be made out of black iron. The
Ooh.
blade itself of the glaive is crafted from the claw of a demon.
Ooh.
From the hilt of the blade, coming onto her right hand, you can see there are black tendrils of rosy thorns that are running from the hilt and wrapping around her entire forearm and digging in. It's planted onto her. The thing looks cursed, Taikan.
Repeat that one more time for me.
The weapon looks
Oh.
cursed.
Oh, okay.
These
Ew.
black thorns wrap into the arm and dig in. And you watch as she holds it. She takes it in two hands and focuses, and the thorns bury into her arm. She takes damage immediately.
Well, that's not horrifying.
But as she does, the weapon begins to pulse with necrotic energy. And she seems empowered by it. She visibly is in pain from the weapon doing that. And after she does that, she puts a hand on herself and lay on hands herself to get her back to hit points again. Tyken, you see utter determination to do what she must, even harming herself to do so.
Well, I can relate to that
Hmm.
because, as I was stating before, my radiant consumption and stuff like that would have gone off.
Yep. She smiles through all the pain that she's putting herself through. We are so similar.
Very.
If only we could have met under different circumstances.
Well, I believe we still could. I believe in second and third chances.
You should only have one chance. And then she runs at you. um, the rest of you, your spells prepared, the fleet of wyverns on knights are flying in. The dragon is hanging back for now. Your manifested mind on it, Archie.
Yeah,
Yes.
this one too.
Spirit Guardians as well, and that's the same aura, so we don't need to add another aura for you.
Correct.
Cool. As they are all swooping in, let's roll as an initiative, shall we?
Was I blessed?
Yes.
You are.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've got to put a little flag on you. Oh, you got a flag. Bad.
I just felt that's different. Like,
I forgot one of the other spells I would have did was Shield of Faith.
Okay, you have that up. Sorry,
Mhm.
she will do her own spells on herself too.
Mhm.
You notice that she's fighting on equal footing. She does have mounted combatant feat, and she's not using it in particular. She casts Shield of Faith on herself as well.
That's the wrong button. I meant to check something. Oh, yeah, that's expected.
She also casts. Oh no, that's all. Just Shield of Faith. Sorry. I need some more initiatives, please, from people.
People being
Sorry, that's my
Tygan.
fault. I thought I already rolled. There we go. That's what we'd like to see from Tiger.
That's what we love to see from Tycan. You weren't clicking on your token though.
I was.
fine, I-
It's still selected. It's really weird.
That's fine. I can add it in.
What a name. The Orphan Maker.
Yeah.
right?
Savage.
It's like he's a demon.
Well, you take, you
It's
know, you
like
gotta
it
take,
kills people.
you have to take pride in what you do. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, Phaler didn't do much better than you, Tygan.
Oh, we really are alike.
Oko, however, oh boy. And just for clarity, the knights on the wyverns go on the same turn. I'm treating them like a steed. Those are the things. So, as it is pelting down with rain from the hag that is not in this general vicinity, these guys are flying at you. Thanraya, they are about 90 feet from you currently.
90 feet.
They have spread out to an extent, but they're sort of flying in like this sort of a formation.
That's lucky for me then, isn't it? Because I'll lightning bolt fucking two of the bastards.
Okay. Sorry, there's another guy here.
Uh,
Where's he gonna go? This is gonna be up
Right.
here, and that's gonna be it'll be like there, yeah, there. And there's this guy, and he's gonna be up here.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of wyverns.
I want chain lightning. Give me that.
That's on like these two here.
I guess. Yeah, I would say these two would be reasonable.
Okay. Cool. And cool. So, these two here.
Yeah.
So, this wyvern succeeds on the save and takes 17 damage. Oh, god damn it. Hold on a second. 5e tools again. Boo.
Just take a note. Also, I'm heavily obscured.
Wow. Okay, let's try this again. It was these two.
Yes.
This should work this time. It had the thing where the hit points were shared across all tokens.
Oh, I hate that.
There we go. This guy failed and takes 34.
Every time that happens to me, I'm like, in what world is this useful?
Badly hurt. This guy succeeded and is not as badly hurt. This guy takes a lot of damage from that blast. He's just sort of pummeled. Like, they're in the air and you sort of blast through with them. They do not stop their advance. Is that your turn? Do you want to move anywhere?
Wait, so who? So is that for the knight or the wyvern?
That's on the knight, sorry.
The
There you go.
knight.
Ivan, strong.
Wyvern is.
Wyvern strong together.
Um, uh,
Oh.
They are about 90 feet from you, just so you know. But they've clearly in movement formation. If you have ranged things, that's definitely useful here.
I think I'm good.
Hmm.
I don't have much to do. Yeah. Wait, is the Are we fighting the dragon at the same time?
The dragon is hung back.
Okay.
It's just watching, but it's not actually taking part for now.
Okay.
And Mini Archie's still on its back, yeah?
Yep.
Yep, cool. Is that your turn?
Miniachi is vibing.
Yeah.
Yes, that is my turn.
Is Soko the Orphan Maker? Soko spends his turn watching you all and crawls forward a bit just to be within 100 feet. Just
Is he
lurking down this.
within the
It's a bit sus.
range of the wyverns, or is he just vibing?
Oh, he's vibing. He's like, oh, I want to get closer.
Yeah, cool, good.
You can on your turn attempt to make an insight check, see what he's doing. But
I will probably.
Scarlet,
Is he paying attention to the Miniachi though? That's the real question.
you're not sure.
Hmm.
Scarlet, your turn.
Yup. It's are any of them on the ground?
These two here are not on the ground, but they are flying at ground level.
I see.
Hovering, if you will.
Well,
Well, they can't hover, but they can fly.
No, but like just above the ground type deal, right?
Yeah,
I
basically.
think the question was more.
Can you melee them?
Yeah, can I hit them?
They are 90 feet away. It's more of a placeholder.
The answer is no.
They're 90 feet away?
They are 90 feet away. They just moved towards you at 80 feet. So yeah, or 60 feet. Yeah. So
Wait, hold
They-
on. Did they move to 60 feet?
They moved to be 90 feet from you, from where they were before.
Oh, okay. I thought you said they moved again. Sorry.
Sorry, no. They are within the ones in the middle here are 90 feet from you.
She'll move up to about 70 away from them then.
Okay.
And then she'll dodge for now.
Okay. That's your turn?
Yep.
Archie! Is it time?
Oh, give me one moment. I'll make an insight check, obviously. That's going to happen.
Yes. Hmm.
I'm not very good at insight checks. I need to get better at that.
The dragon is, from what you can tell, excited,
Cool.
almost giddy with seeing this happen. I'm not sure why.
Mini Archie's going to slowly slide inside the dragon and see his reaction.
That's creepy.
Slowly slide inside the dragon. That is not a sentence I thought I'd hear today.
Right?
Archie, the
Yeah.
dragon is so enamored in watching you guys stand against this group of wyverns, it doesn't notice.
He goes inside the dragon and makes his way towards the belly.
Okay, it gets to the belly with its movement.
But it will do nothing for now and just hold in there above the stomach acid.
Hmm.
As Archie is going to do something different.
Hmm.
Archie's going to cast this.
I wonder where.
All these.
Okay.
What? Wait. You choose a point in range.
It's like fireball. It's like
It's
fireball.
like fireball.
God damn.
Yep.
But wouldn't it also shoot 20 feet the other way? If it's 20 feet from this point, it would go in a sphere, no?
It's a sphere. Just
It's a
think of
sphere.
the sphere around where the point is. I want to try and hit the wyverns and the dirt riders on all these.
Wouldn't it
much.
also hit the people behind it? Like these dudes down here? That's what I'm confused about.
What do you mean? Which one?
So, like, if it's from here, that's 20 feet. If it's a 20 feet sphere, it would also hit these two down here, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I cannot see these people down here.
Down here?
I cannot see them down. I can see these people down here, but they're
Yeah,
not
it's-
here.
Yeah, it'll hit them. They're moving in formation, but they are within 20 feet of the thing, so it'll hit them.
That's
Well,
crazy.
that's not what I wanted. Yeah, it's a sphere, so basically I'm going to position it so it hits like these ones pretty much. So it will miss these top two and it will miss this bottom one.
Oh, I've already rolled all their saves.
What a fucking move.
This is one of those spells I changed because usually I would have Seraph Strike, but I can't Seraph Strike people. Oh, what's it called? Freaking Steel Wind Strike people billion years in the air. So
What's your damage, please? Oof.
Nice. Oof.
that's a pretty good roll actually. It's around with a above average. And it's going to be force damage.
Okay.
Almighty push.
Awesome. As the blast goes off, this guy up here dies and falls off his wyvern.
What? What?
Awesome. This wyvern is bloodied. This guy is bloodied. This guy is bloodied. As they charge forward, suddenly psychic blast goes out, which then becomes a wave of force. One guy's knocked off and just crashes into a ruined building. The wyverns continue forwards. One's bloodied. The rest of the riders are bloodied. The dragon has a grin on its face as it watches its own allies die.
By the way.
Yep.
Anyone who failed will have a minus 1d6 to its attack rolls, skill roll, and then Constitution save, I think. So...
Attack rolls, ability checks, and con saves to maintain concentration. So it's just, yeah. For these guys, attack rolls and ability checks are the main thing.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
They all failed.
I
rolled a series of
will...
potatoes.
I am then going to move behind the building over here and just near the wall.
Okay. And that's you?
Correct.
Cool. Carly stands here and holds his hand folds down, revealing the cannon, and he's going to hold his action for when they are within range to fire.
Target locked.
You just Optimus Prime.
Initiate
like,
the base cannon.
I just realised I forgot to put David in.
Darby.
Forgot to put David in.
We're
He'll be
not
initiative 10.
playing fucking Last Remnant right now. Josh, what the fuck?
Why not?
One of the things David prepared to do.
Why can't I be a 4-armed cat man?
David, before this all went down, has taken on his hybrid form. He's a werewolf.
Initiate the gay bulg.
Rawr.
He lets out a roar, takes up his face becoming all werewolf-like, holds his sword and shield at the ready, and stands next to you, Scarlet. Oh, you moved up, right, Scarlet?
Mm-hmm.
How far did you move up?
From 90 to 70.
It's there. Thought you're here. There you are. David runs up next to you, Scarlet, and shield at the ready. And he's going to hold his action there to attack when someone gets closer. Now, Tygan, back to the main event.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember both you
Ayla runs at you. And she's going to swing her glaive, called Black Rose, at you. She swings the first time, Tycan, and misses. She swings the second time, Tycan, for a 22 to hit.
That is a miss.
She swings a third time.
Oh.
That is a 28 to hit you, Tycan.
That'll hit.
And as she hits you... Cool. Tycan, she hits you for 16 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
3 points of necrotic, halved to 1. You got that?
I'm deducting it from. Okay, so I had to do some math with the temp HP, so I take 2 actual damage.
Yep. Okay. And she deals a total of 30 points of necrotic damage, halved to 15, from a 4th level divine smite. And yes, it's necrotic.
All right. So this. There we go.
She hits. The first two strikes weren't very good, but the third strike was unnaturally fast, fueled by this cursed glaive. Hits you, and a pulse of negative energy runs into you. And as it does, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
19.
You succeed on the effect of the glaive. Now make a con save for Shield of Faith, please. If Shield of Faith's a con save.
26.
Cool. And you are fine. This was the effect that Archie got hit by last game. The blinding
Oh.
effect. That is her turn. She's hitting you. She got one good hit in already. It's your turn to retaliate, Tycoon.
Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action to prepare my dragon breath so I can use that next turn. And then I'm just going to use my action to attack twice. 33 and 20.
Both hit.
All right. Check a thing.
Imagine if 33 didn't.
All right, I will be smiting on both of them.
Oh. Jesus Christ! Right.
Oh, I also take since I'm ending my turn, I take 5 damage and she'll take 11.
Tycoon. She runs at you with these 3 attacks and manages to injure you a bit. It's a good hit. Like it's a solid hit as she hits you. But then when you retaliate with your blade, would you like to describe your hits?
My hits, she's dead before I describe.
No, she's not dead. Badly
Okay,
injured
then.
from 2 hits.
Legitimately, what he would try to do is he does not like that weapon, so one attack, I imagine, just reaction torso, but the other one, he's going to try and get rid of the vines on her arm through any means possible.
Cool. The first strike just sort of hits her, but the second strike, it carves through the vines to try to sever them.
Mm-hmm.
They are severed for an instant before being immediately replaced by even more, which cause her more pain.
Okay, now he just feels bad.
Wow, Tycoon, I can't believe you're so mean.
That's how he feels.
That first strike across her chest makes her drop to her knees. She is badly injured from 2 hits.
Ooh. Tycoon feels like a bully now.
She asked for this.
As she falls to her knees, Tycoon, you hear her saying to herself, amping herself on, I can't fail. There's too many people depending on me. I cannot fail. I cannot. And she stands up and she's obviously in pain. Is that your turn, Tycoon?
Yes. And that's when both me and her will take the radiant damage from my aura.
Yep. And she's taken that already. So, yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going to, while you continue the combat, I'm going to do some math to find out how much I did.
Yeah, it's a lot. Raya.
114 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, sorry. I did skip over the enemies. They all flew up. They all flew up. Because I forgot their turn. They were after Archie. Some of them fly around to over here. Over here. Charlotte, 2 of them are coming into you. And David. This wyvern is going to just swoop in here. To David. And these two have flown up, and this is their actual positions on the map now.
That's
These three
fine.
land on the roof. So, Gullet, you're being attacked. Gullet. Foul.
Wait. Wait, hold on. So it's not my turn?
No, because I forgot to do their turn.
Did you?
I went from Archie straight to Fella.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Fair.
Scarlet. Hello, Scarlet. Foul. Foul.
Yup,
You're being attacked by a wyvern.
I am.
It is going to come in and attempt to bite you
Okay.
for a 20 to hit.
No.
Cool. And it attempts
No.
to sting. It attempts to sting you, Scarlet. The stinger misses.
Good.
This one is going to attempt to bite on. It bites David and bites into his shoulder and rips its teeth out. And as it does, David is completely unharmed because David is in his werewolf form. It swings its stinger into David. David dodges that one. This wyvern attempts to bite David too, to no effect, but then attempts to sting David and gets him for a 20 to hit.
I'll reaction that.
Okay. That is going to... What's it do? Is it increasing AC?
Yeah, by 8.
Oh, you see as David is bit, he's taking the bites intentionally because he knows that can't hurt him. But as the stinger comes in, you see it's going straight for him. And you swing your banner, I presume, and parry what is very clearly a very toxic poison.
Yup.
Finally, these two knights are going to go on you.
That's fine.
Knight number 1 is going to swing a great sword at you twice, Scarlet.
Thumbs up.
One is a 23 to hit.
Hit.
It woo hits. 10 points of damage.
Yep.
To you as he swings off his wyvern. The other one is going to swing at David twice. And misses both times. That is the enemy's turn entirely. Now it's Tenray's turn. Sorry about that.
They're still flying, right?
They have landed. They are landing on roofs and bits.
Like these three.
Yeah, they are on
no.
the roof.
These three. Hold on, my thing's not working. These three.
These three are on the ground.
Oh, how lucky for me.
Either on the ground or hovering.
Yep.
I'm gonna lightning bolt this way.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, in a way that doesn't hit my teammate, preferably.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to hit David in that. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you'll hit this wyvern, these ones, and this guy. Angle it right.
Potentially, yeah. If
Yeah,
I
I'll
angle it properly.
Yeah, you can angle. Cool. This wyvern is hit really hard. In a really bad way.
And
this one takes 28 and is bloodied. This one takes 14 and is not bloodied. This one. And now these guys. Save. Okay, there you go. They all saved. Like,
Yeah,
the
man.
guys saved. The wyverns did not.
This wyvern right in front.
Yep.
Kalaya's gonna
Mm.
bite it for
Okay.
24.
That will certainly hit a wyvern. Yeah,
And
not
then
very
that's
armored.
10 plus 2 lightning.
Awesome. 12 points. The wyvern is even more injured, and it is in fact a creature. It is too strong for Kalia to knock down, but the Kalia is fighting a dragonkin. Exciting.
That is perfectly fine.
Oh, I did forget Charlie's opportunity attack. This wyvern takes more damage.
Kill. I lightninged.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Alright. It is now Soko the Orphan Maker's turn. Watching as these knights are cut down rather effortlessly, Soko grins and is going to walk forwards to be right actually there on the map. You're all so weak. All of you. You can't even cut down 2 little humans. Let me show you how it's done. And as Soko is right here, you see as Soko inhales. All of you, Soko is not keeping his word in the slightest.
Wait, hold on.
I'm hiding behind the wall for a very valid reason because
You
I knew
are.
he wouldn't he would not keep his word.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't actually have anything I can do. Shit.
You ready to eat acid? Well, he's going to kill his counterparts too, so that's
He
fun.
doesn't. You would know dragons don't give 2 shits about that. Do that.
Uh-huh.
As William Dark would say, they are tools to be thrown away when they are no longer useful.
Exactly. I agree, William Dark.
I mean, I don't disagree.
Cool. It is a 5 foot wide, 60 feet long line. I need Scarlet to make me a dexterity saving throw, as with David, and also Charlie.
This also hits his own dudes, right?
Oh, it absolutely does. Like, it's
Okay.
like,
Jesus Christ.
thankfully, Charlie's resistant to this. Scarlet,
Yup.
make me a dex save, please.
Yup.
21 is actually a success,
Hey.
which is a good thing, Scarlet. Oh, by the way, what was your banner? It was 14, right?
15. As you can see.
A second, why can't I? Oh, that 15. Thank you, because David has that too. Cool, Scarlet. Hope you're sitting down for this. You succeeded on the save. You take 35 points of acid damage.
Jesus Christ.
That sounds about right.
70 damage.
Charlie failed and is resistant to acid, so takes 35 points of acid damage. David failed and is not resistant to acid and therefore takes 70.
I can only assume that Charlie would have had the 10 hit points. Did you?
Oh, I did not do that. Thank you. Charlie is technically not bloodied.
For about 1 HP.
This guy,
Hey Josh, do you want to know something cool?
What's that?
My max HP is 68.
That would have insta
As-
downed you.
Do you know the reason why I moved? I
as,
don't want any of that.
as Soko just unleashes on his own guys, the acid sprays through these two knights on wyverns that you're fighting, and they melt apart as a part of this torrent of acid, until there is nothing left but scraps of flesh and armor and bone. You're coated in it. It's awful. The well is melting. Charlie puts up a little magical shield just to defend himself, but still he is taking a lot of damage. As the acid subsides, Scarlet, David's on his knees and he's struggling.
You know, I feel like out of all the ways to die, I feel like acid's got to be the worst.
Acid and fire are both as bad as each other, I think.
Acid's worst. Yeah. I'd say acid's worse. After seeing the latest Critical Role Vox Machina series,
Oh, acid's
Like-
horrible, yeah.
acid's terrifying.
Acid and fire
Um,
are both terrifying, to be fair.
I put acid and fire on the same level because all acid
Yeah.
is liquid fire.
Exactly, that's what I think as well. That's why
Well,
I'm in the same boat.
Fire would be burning the surface for a long time, where acid melts through things.
But-
So you would probably be limbless before you die. I think that's pretty fucking
The
horrifying.
thing is, you'd also pass out from shock before a lot of things do.
Mm.
So,
That is also
Um,
possible.
continuing on because I want to finish it up before Dinks has to go anywhere.
Yeah, did David use add the bless on? Did it help? Did it matter?
David rolled a natural 2.
Oh, okay. Second of all, the last three things that are currently in Spirit Guardians.
Yep. Oh, they take damage, don't they?
Yeah.
The thing to take raw. I need everyone except for Tycan, because Tycan's immune to fear, I believe, right?
Yeah, my aura makes it to where you can't be feared. So I'm
Yep.
technically not immune, but even if I fell, it would only scare me for like half a second before I go back to normal.
Cool. I need everybody. So that's Thanraya, Kalaya, David, Scarlet, Charlie, and Archie to all make me wisdom saves, please.
I don't think fuck. Do I have anything that can prevent me from being feared?
I don't think you do.
it's a wisdom save, right?
It's a wisdom save, please.
Roll low.
Okay. I'm using the broken back symbol.
Yeah.
Archie, you're afraid. Kalaya is afraid. Thanraya is afraid.
I was just making sure I didn't have anything that makes me immune.
David is afraid.
19.
19. Scarlet.
Oh.
You've seen bigger dragons die
21.
and you're not afraid.
Then Rhea also add a 1d4.
Oh yeah.
Thanraya can, if you roll a 1, you succeed. DC was 16.
Yeah.
Kalaya is afraid. You are not.
Bless be to Scarlet.
Charlie needs to make a save. He is not immune to fear. Charlie fails.
Struggles with being sentient, I guess.
Yeah. But you can, Scarlet, next to you, David is badly injured and he's terrified. The dragon is laughing maniacally. That is Soko's turn. Scarlet, what do you do?
Either get back and recuperate or deal with something else.
Soko is on the ground, by the way.
Yeah, just says that to David.
So what do you say again to David?
Either get back and recuperate or deal with something else.
David just is holding his head in his hands and he's shaking.
Well, he's not deaf, so
He's just taking a moment to prepare himself. Soko
Fear
looks down
means
at
that you can't go towards the target, right?
That is correct. Soko looks down at you as you approach Scarlet. Would you like some more?
would you?
I'm surprised you're still standing.
It'll take more than that to put me down.
So it would seem.
Well, actually, hold on. As well as David, and then she would go up and attack him.
Okay, you run at this dragon.
25
25.
for 13.
You hit for 13 points of damage.
He's marked.
Awesome. As the dragon's scales are extremely tough, but you manage to carve through and a slight bit of damage.
Then again.
Again,
That's not gonna hit.
12. This time, Soko catches your sword in its claw.
Yeah.
What is this little toy?
Putting the banner on her back, she draws the sword and swings at that one.
Okay.